So there have been ongoing reports that when Kim Watchman kicked the bucket, Andrew Harrell stood up to Diddy about a specific poison that was found in Kim's unique post-mortem report. Now, we definitely realize that the first coroner who led the principal dissection on Kim smelled a rat, with how much a specific poison that was found in her framework. And this is the thing Andrew defied Diddy about supposedly, yet there's all the more clearly Kim knew about a continuous heartfelt connection among Andrew and Diddy. And she even had film of both of them together. Kid might that at any point have been essential for the justification for why Kim Dorman needed to go. And what precisely did Cassie realize about this whole circumstance of? We should begin from the start, since this one here you all this is one hot smelling cup of tea. So Diddy and Andrew's relationship started in the last part of the 1980s, after Diddy exited school to seek after his vocation objectives full-time. And that is the point at which he met and was recruited by Uptown Records pioneer Andrew Harrell. Uptown keeps truly assumed a huge part in molding the R&B and hip bounce scene in the last part of the 1980s and mid-1990s with individuals like Wadey D. Albie Shore, Kim Watchman, and even Diddy being exceptionally instrumental in the Mark Achievement Child. One thing we can all settle on is that despite the fact that Diddy is imperfect, when he dedicates himself to something he will accomplish it, and Andrew knew this too. I think a puff is a young culture symbol, portraying another age of accomplishment for youngsters to admire. Diddy likewise transparently praises Andrew, and surprisingly, credited him for being one individuals who truly kicked off his Hollywood vocation. Andrew Harrell impacted me the most, and I couldn't say whether that will at any point change. No doubt that I would agree that was the individual that, assuming you say most compelling, would need to be Ender. As a matter of fact, Diddy even gave Ender a yell out at Clive Davis' 2020 Grammy function, in a real sense a very long time before he elapsed on saying, "Dra, I'm just standing up here since you gave me the opportunity you offered, applause chance, yet in particular, what we as a whole need to do as an individual of color. You took me under your wing, you showed restraint toward me, and you showed me, and you conversed with me, and you showed me out about the game presently. Did you had at least some idea that Andrew really had an influence in Kim and Diddy getting together, you see, when Diddy focused on when he met Kim in a meeting with Quintessence. He said, whenever I first saw her, she was at the studio with her ex. I wasn't attempting to holler at her or everything, except I was respecting her lips, her eyes, her mouth, her shape, her energy, and thinking I wish I had a young lady like that." Then not long after that first experience, Andrew Harrell recruited Kim as a secretary, and even he could perceive the amount Diddy was enamored with Kim. Note that Diddy was apparently enamored with Kim, yet he was still with his long-lasting sweetheart and mother to his previously conceived Misa Hilton. Misa and Kim truly started up a relationship during this time. And when Kim split from her beau, Albie Shore, she apparently went to remain with Misa and Diddy. As per Misa, Diddy started going behind her back with Kim, and after Misa and Diddy ultimately split, Diddy and Kim made it official in 1994. Honey, the thing with Diddy is that he was a chronic miscreant, and he undermined Kim on numerous occasions, very much like the manner in which he undermined Misa. Truth be told, Diddy began dating Cassie in 2007, which is likewise around similar time his relationship with Kim finished. And it's impossible to tell in the event that he had been going behind Kim's back with Cassie. Too, what I can be sure of is that Kim had a discussion with Cassie when she began dating Diddy, and she attempted to caution Cassie about Diddy, 'cause at that point, there were reports of how Diddy was treating Kim. And they were terrible in any case, as expected. Puma Wright was updating us on that. Cassie Kempt, I will advocate for you, since I know something that many individuals don't realize. I realize that you and Kim Dorman had a plump down just before she left us. Come on, Panthers, spill it, young lady. And I realize Kim had an awesome counsel to give you, And I accept that to this end things are occurring. As they're occurring now, Kim was brilliant. Wasn't she, Cassie? Guarded you alive. And kept you. I will advocate for you talking about Panther. She is likewise similar individual, who said she finds it a piece sus, that each and every individual who draws near to Diddy, some way or another winds up 6 feet under. And Kim was the longest working representative. 'Cause she was there all along, she was Andrew's own collaborator. Kim is dead Wadey D. Is dead Andrew Harrell, is dead the main two. Remaining are Puffy and Al nearly passed on. So the thing with this large number of individuals Jack referenced is that Wadey D was tracked down face down, and his reason for death was a coronary episode. Andrew Harrell, additionally, evidently passed on from a respiratory failure. And concerning Kim, it was accounted for that she passed on as a result of pneumonia. And what's fascinating as per Puma is that there's a harm you can be given that sort of looks like the side effects of a cardiovascular failure or pneumonia. They have harms that make cardiovascular failure and pneumonia like side effects. And not simply Jag has been saying that the passings have been dubious, I'll be sure. Additionally said he accepts that Kim was running from a person or thing before her passing, provoking him to encourage her to call the FBI. He thought that there was something else entirely to these unfortunate passings then. At that point, meets the eye, especially with regards to Diddy. Yet think about what purportedly, while Kim was going through security film from Uptown Records, 'cause she had an inclination Diddy was playing her, she supposedly went over film of Diddy and Andrew. Getting occupied clearly, Kim didn't anticipate finding film of Diddy and Andrew when she was going through the accounts, yet she did. And she kept the recording, obviously. She was extremely frustrated when she faced Andrew about attaching with Diddy, 'cause he denied it yet. She had the recording that not too far off makes sense of why before Kim passed on certain individuals burglarized her home, and the main thing they took was her PC. So is it conceivable that the recording of Diddy and Andrew were on that PC child? No one really knows. In addition to given Lil Bar's claim against Diddy, I perceive how many individuals would truly accept that there's a tape out there of Diddy and Andrew in his claim. Lil Pol gave proof of evocity, a lot of which he professed to have recorded. Because of the way that Diddy expected him to record him, continually he truly said he got many long stretches of film and sound accounts of Diddy, his staff, and his visitors participating in serious criminal behavior. Lil Bar additionally said that Diddy explicitly tutored Cuba Gooding Jr. and showed him his ways, determined to give him to others. He truly said that he was acquainted with Cuba while on a yacht in January 2023, who continued to compel himself on him, actually being effectively driven away. Furthermore, he said that Diddy utilized his reverence of Stevie J to facilitate the way that he's forever been on the DL, and surprisingly, expressed that at one point Diddy played him film suspected to show Stevie J connecting with a white man. Lil Bar likewise claimed that Diddy let him know he had laid down with 2 different famous people. And surprisingly, however, their names had been redacted. One of them